Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the smoking section. This will be episode number 3 for our morning cigar talks. And I really appreciate everybody joining me and supporting these videos and everything. And real quick, a little go juice for the morning. So real quick, before we get into anything and everything, I have awesome news that I need to share with you guys. And one of those things being, please check out Finley's Boutique on Facebook and online. There will be a description, I'm still waking up, so I'm sorry about that. There will be a link in the description for Finley's Boutique. Now, right now, going up until, let me just double check everything real quick, up to March 16th, you will be getting, if you are a member, and this is if you are a member of the smoking section on Facebook, you are getting $5 off your first order at Finley's Boutique. But you have to be a member of the smoking section. Let them know and use the code #CigarLove when you are placing your order. All right. They will know that you are part of the smoking section if you go there. Now, if you're wondering, what does Finley's Boutique sell? One of them being this beautiful marble single cigar ashtray with matching coaster. Look at that. This thing is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, mine's slightly used. I cleaned it out the best that I could, but just between, everything, it gets a little, but it's not going to look this bad. It is going to look absolutely beautiful. So please check them out. Now, it's not just for men. It is for women also. They have leggings, okay? Every girl that I know in existence loves leggings, especially during this cold season. They got them for breast cancer awareness, for nurses, all sorts of different things. Please check out Finley's Boutique. It is a mother and daughter team. This is the beautiful thing about Finley's Boutique is it's a mother-daughter team who put out amazing products. So please check them out. Show them some love and use #CigarLove. And be a member of the smoking section because that's the only way that you get in with that $5 off your very first purchase. So I just wanted to bring that up to everybody. But nevertheless, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? So today, I wanted to ask a question because a lot of people ask me this question, and I kind of want to see where everybody lands on this scale when it comes to my very first question. I might as well just throw it up. So for me to ask you guys is, what cigar do you start your day with off? Or what cigar do you start your day off with, I should say. So for me, I don't smoke every morning. I don't like having a cigar smell in my truck. I really take great care of my truck. I wash it constantly. The inside always looks immaculate. The back seat looks like I live out of it, but that's neither here nor there. But I always try to take really good care of my truck, and I don't really smoke in the morning time. But if I do smoke in the morning time, it's usually on the weekend. And usually if it's like I'm going outside to wash my truck, or if I'm doing a car show, especially in the summertime, there's a couple different cigars that I like to actually start my day off with. So first and foremost, if I am at work and I wanted to have a quick little 15 to 25-minute cigar, I'm probably going to smoke one of the Toscano aroma cigars, which, if you didn't know about Toscano, they're these little cigars about yay big, and they come bigger, but these ones were actually called the friendship cigar. During times of war, the longer cigars, soldiers would, keep them in their pockets or in their sleeve or whatever, and when the fighting would cease, or there was time for a break and they wanted to smoke a cigar, they could actually cut the cigar in half and 2 people could smoke it. And it was called the friendship cigar because obviously it was able to be, lit on one side and, smoked on the other, or vice versa. Or it could be cut straight down the middle and you could light the one side and smoke, 2 people could smoke. I really love the aroma grappa, or I call it the chocolatito because I really can't pronounce the word, but it's almost like a chocolate taste or a chocolate aroma that comes with the cigar. And they really are beautiful, beautiful cigars. Now, if it's the weekend and I have about an hour to 2 hours to just kind of kill, whether it be drinking a cup of coffee and cleaning my truck or doing whatever. Excuse me, COVID. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know, no, too early. Um, if I have time in the morning, I will usually go for um, the Espinosa Creme. I just find it to be a very easygoing smoke. It is a little heavy on the pepper towards the end of the cigar, but it has a nice creamy taste. Everything from like the very first light all the way to about halfway through. It's an absolute awesome, awesome cigar. The other one that I would probably choose is the Bouncer, which has a cute little, I guess it's an English bulldog on the front of it, and it has a very very sweet graham cracker kind of taste to it. So it's a really really awesome cigar. And usually whenever I wake up in the morning, I don't want something that's going to like really like frost my chestnuts, I guess you'd say. Um, I like to kind of ease into my cigars. I love having that nice kind of sweetness that goes with my coffee creamer or whatever the case, or whatever I'm using. So usually I will go with one of those. But my question for you guys, and I always say this, feel free to answer these questions in the chat, or in the comment section. I want everybody to feel as though they can answer and give me the answers that I'm looking for in these questions, because I would really love to know what you guys start out with. If you guys have never heard of like Toscano, and you say, oh, well, I would love to try my day out with a Toscano cigar. Can you tell me more about it? I'll bring it onto the show. I do mini cigar reviews and I do live cigar reviews. I can bring it onto the show and we can smoke one and try and start it up. Maybe next Friday I'll do a Toscano when I wind up starting up. I didn't think about doing it today, but next Friday I'll grab some and maybe I'll start smoking a Toscano in the morning while I'm doing these. But that is my question for today: is what cigar do you start your day off with? Because I'm kind of curious to know. Are you not a morning smoker? Do you guys just kind of like your coffee and then you go to work, or it's your day off and you don't want to start your day off with a smoke, but you'd rather end it with a smoke, or you kind of like it halfway through the middle? It's up to you guys. But let me know either way. Because I'm dying to know. This is one question that I really wanted to know. So, second question of the day that I have for everybody, and I find this to be a very important question as well. What is your go-to cigar? For me, I have so many cigars that I absolutely love. Um, the one cigar that I kind of feel that I always bring myself back to is the Clown by Danley Honduras Tobacco. It's a double Maduro. It's got a very evil, funny kind of looking clown on the very front of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful double Maduro barber pole. I always find myself wanting to gravitate towards those. Um, I don't buy them that often, so I guess I really can't always smoke them the way I want to, because I would love to smoke them all the time, but I just don't ever get the chance to buy them all the time. But that's the cigar for me that I feel like I constantly go towards. Um, a lot of times, the cigars that I tend to gravitate towards are cigars dependent on my mood. Um, if I'm kind of like in a sweet kind of mood where I don't really want like a really heavy cigar, what I would, consider to be more along the lines of a dessert cigar, I usually go more towards like the Leather Rose or the Fat Bottom Betty. Uh, I really enjoy those cigars. I really love how those cigars just kind of have the traditional cigar to it with a little twist of some sweetness to it. Um, there's multiple cigars that I wind up kind of gravitating to, but the one that I can fully say without a doubt that I normally want to go towards is the Clown by Danley Honduras Tobacco. And I'm curious to see when you guys go to a cigar shop, if you're kind of not in the mood to try a new cigar, or you're like, I'm not really feeling it. What's the cigar that you always find yourself in front of the cabinet or in front of the humidor staring at going, yeah, you know what? I always like that cigar. So I guess I'll just pick this one up today. I find that to be a lot of the times that, people come in and they say, I want to try something different. Because, if you didn't know, I do work at a cigar store part-time. So a lot of times I'll have guys that come in and say, point me to something new. And I'll, go through like, well, have you tried anything from Charter Oak? The Charter Oak, Connecticut, or Maduro are great cigars. Not really. I haven't tried it, but I don't know. Maybe next time. And do you have any other suggestions? Okay. I got it. How about the Undercrown Maduro? That's an awesome cigar. Really great flavor. Blah blah blah. No. It's okay. Just something different. Well, if you've never smoked those before, that's going to be something different. But, it's almost like you want to just kind of say to that person, and I can say that here versus there, why don't you just go to the cigar that you really want to smoke? Because you know that you're already feeling like smoking that Perdomo or that Rocky Patel or that La Hora, that cigar that you always love. And you came into the cigar shop knowing you were going to smoke that one. But you just wanted to kind of see what else was out there. But nothing ever sounds as good as that cigar that you really want to go to. So that would be my second question of the day is, what is your go-to cigar? And like I said, you can always comment in the comments and let me know these questions. I'm not doing these little, morning cigar talks to, get you to interact. I want to know how everybody handles things, or, I want to know the different thing. I mean, I've been writing a list of questions so that way I can always have new, fresh questions for every Friday that I do this. Because these are questions that I want to know that, I like asking while I'm at work, but I don't always ask whenever I get the chance, over YouTube. Because obviously, sometimes between trying to review the cigar or when I'm doing a live, I got a lot of questions getting thrown at me. So this kind of gives me a chance to wake up with a nice cup of coffee, talk some cigars, ask some questions, and just kind of start my Friday off right, and just kind of see how you guys are handling everything. So that would be my second question of the day is, what is your go-to cigar? Which I think is a great question because I think a lot of people overthink that. Everybody says, well, I have lots of good cigars, Sean. Like I have a lot of cigars that I love. And that may be true. I mean, I have a lot of cigars that I love too. I think if you've gone through every video that I've ever posted here on YouTube, you'll see that I always say like, this one's in my top 5 or this one's in my top 10 or this one's in my top 3. And then I kind of sit back and I start thinking to myself like, Sean, you're getting up to be having a lot of lists or a lot of ones in that top 5. Like you've already said that 10 cigars are in your top 5. Now I got to start breaking them down into my top 5 Maduro cigars or my top 10 this cigar. So I really had to sit there and kind of think like, what is the one cigar that I always just go back to? I didn't want to put it in a list. I just wanted to say, what was the one cigar that I always feel like if I'm not in the mood to smoke something new or something to go to, what's that one that I always gravitate towards? What's that one that just, lassos me and starts pulling me in? So I figured that would be a great question, for maybe you to answer either to yourself or in the comments or both. Because I think that that's something that, a lot of us kind of overthink, and I felt like that would be pretty important. So my last question for this morning, and I hope that everybody is doing well this morning as well. But what do you do while you smoke a cigar? So for me, I have a couple things that I like to do. So, depending on my mood, I will either just kind of relax with some music. I love all sorts of music. I love reggae. I love metal, country, rap. Basically, I love everything but polka. No offense to any polka fans out there, but I can't dance to it. But I love everything. I love good music. A lot of the music that I have on my iPod is just music that either means something to me or that I found really catchy. I'm still going through my kick of a lot of Viking metal. Amon Arath, if I'm saying the name correctly, I'm probably not, is a Viking metal group that I really, really love. Um, I love Vikings. I love the show Vikings. I love actual Vikings. I love Viking metal. So that's usually something that I will jam to. I'll just kind of sit back, have that playing in the background. Another thing that I like to do is I'll actually put on a movie, just kind of to fill up the noise or to fill up the dead air of just not doing much. Especially if I'm by myself, I'll put on a movie or I'll throw on some TV or I'll even throw on YouTube and watch a cigar review while I'm smoking a cigar while I'm doing a review. um, Not on the same cigar, by the way. Yeah, that's just weird. If I just wound up copying everything somebody said. But I will throw on like different cigar reviews just while I'm sitting here smoking, doing my own cigar review, just to kind of see how other people's channels do, what kind of transitions they do, this and that, just to kind of try and improve myself. And then the last thing, and usually it's the first thing that I like to do, is smoking my cigars kind of just gives me an open doorway to kind of talking to God. So for those of you that didn't know, or for those of you who couldn't tell, wait, right here, prayer hands. If you didn't realize that already, I'm sorry. I'm very big into my faith, and I know what you're thinking. Like, what? A guy that's big into his faith who smokes cigars? That's kind of weird. But no, for me, it gives me a chance to kind of step away from the world. When I light up a cigar, it's not about the cigar all the time. For me, it's kind of just like my release. Do you ever see those Godiva commercials or Ghirardelli chocolates where the girl, she comes home and she flops on the couch and she unwraps that chocolate so slowly and she just and just everything kind of fades. That probably looked really, really weird on camera. I'm sorry. I will never do that again. But how she just bites into that piece of chocolate and just everything kind of fades. Like the kids are screaming, but, it gets blanked out. Work was crazy, but her shoes are off. She's kicking back. We'll handle it another day. When I light up a cigar, that's kind of like my time to do that. And a lot of times I take that time and I just kind of, I kind of talk to God. I kind of say, like, how could I have done this differently today? I didn't really like the way this turned out. What do you think, Lord, on how I should have handled this? And it kind of gives me clarity on how I should be able to handle things differently. And I'm sorry if you were expecting me not to talk into like a Christian kind of way. I never mean to offend anybody. I'm not saying that the Christian way is the only way. I know that there's a lot of different religions out there. Whatever helps you get through your day. For me, it was just following the Lord, following Jesus, and praying to God. That's what helps me get through my day. I will never beat down on another person's religion, because, God knows at the end of the day, when we all, eventually pass on, we're going to find out what's there after we shut our eyes, so I will never beat down on somebody's religion, but, that's just what I do. When I light up a cigar, sometimes I don't always feel like watching something on YouTube. I don't always feel like listening to music. I'll just sit there and I'll talk to God, and it might not be out loud. It might just be, quiet to myself, just kind of thinking through my day and kind of waiting for him to say something. But that's just for me. Like I said, if I got too biblical on you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as open as I can, just like I want you guys to be open with me. So my last question of the day would be, what do you do while you smoke your cigar? Do you guys, just text your girlfriends? Do you talk on the phone? Or girlfriends or wives? I don't want any wives who watch this thinking that I know that your husbands have girlfriends or vice versa. But do you text your wife or girlfriend? Do you talk on the phone? Do you just kind of sit in silence? Do you sit in the dark? Do you sit in the light? Do you talk to your friends? Do you invite friends over? Let me know how you guys, do while you guys smoke your cigars. Because I think for us as cigar smokers, and this is kind of like a little bit of my own personal feeling on things. When it comes to cigar smokers, I kind of feel like, we all handle things so differently, but yet we all handle things our own way, which can be the right way. And what I mean by that is we're all from different walks of life. Some of us might be, really well off with money. Some of us might not be well off from money. Some of us might have an office job. Some of us might be down in the dirt. And everything in between, but yet we all come together with the love of cigars. And I think we don't realize that we all have more in common with each other than just the cigar that we smoke. Somebody that I've never met probably might be doing the same thing where they light up a cigar and they're talking to God, or, they like the same band that I do and they're listening to the same exact band that I'm listening to, or they're watching the same TV shows that I'm watching. We all have so much in common that we never really get the chance to talk to each other about that stuff in common. And I feel like that's really important, that we all kind of get that baseline of, as different as we can be on the outside, a lot of us still have a lot of the same interests on the inside, and that's what could bring us together. And I find that to be really, really important. So those are my questions of the day. And like I said, I hope everybody feels comfortable enough to answer these in the chat. And like I said, I'm never here to, try and sway somebody a certain way, or, try and do something the wrong thing. I mean, if you don't want to follow me because I believe in God, I'm sorry. I'm a really great guy. I hope that you can see past the difference, whether you're a believer or not. But I mean, like I said, that's just another thing that brings us all together, that we are all on the same earth together. We're all living together, and we all love cigars together. And even if you don't love cigars and you have somebody that does like cigars in your family, that's something else that you have in common, of just having somebody that knows about cigars. So I just wanted to kind of bring this to everybody for food for thought, and just kind of ask everybody how they felt about things. As I always say, please, you can always answer these questions that I have for you in the comments section of this video. And just always remember, we're all here for the love of cigars. So nobody's ever going to be better smoking at cigars than somebody else. And, the way that we answer these questions, there's nothing to be, I don't want to say ashamed of, like you should be embarrassed. But, nobody should ever have to feel as though these cigar talks are something to make you look at yourself, but more along the lines of, think to yourself, hey, you know what? I do like to listen to music, and so does Sean. Sean likes to listen to music. So, maybe we do have more in common than just the cigar that we smoke or this or that. For me, it's all about building a relationship with the people around you. And if you're in the smoking section, or even if you're not in the smoking section, I want to build a relationship with everybody, through cigars and through just everything that we have here on Earth that could bring us together. So that's just kind of where I stand on that. But if you like these cigar talks and it really kind of gives you food for thought, then, I hope you guys continue to keep watching the morning cigar talks. And if this is your first episode, then go back and watch the first two, because I thought they were pretty good as well. So please check them out. And like I said, we also do a mini cigar review series on Monday where I just kind of smoke a cigar. You'll see cool little cuts. Not really cool. It's kind of easy. But I do nice little cuts so that way you don't have to watch me smoke an hour-long cigar. You'll actually see me smoke it in about 15 minutes. Hour for me, 15 minutes for you. We do live cigar reviews on Wednesday, so you can come be a part of the chat, chill out with everybody. And as always, if you like these videos, send a like. Please like the video. I know that a lot of times you don't always feel comfortable with liking it, but just like it. It's not going to hurt you. I'm not going to stalk you down and be like, you liked my video. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hunt you down, but it helps me out and it helps the channel out if you like the videos. But that's enough rambling from me, everybody. I just want to say thank you for watching. As always, stay blessed, stay smoking, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, whether you're at work or you're off like I am today. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, considering this is Friday. And hey, Saturday's right around the corner. So have a great weekend. Smoke lots of great cigars. Let me know what you guys smoked this weekend too. If you want to tell me that in the comments, you guys can. And I will catch you guys on the next one. From the smoking section, I'm Sean, signing off. I will catch you guys on the next one. See you guys later, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.